Have you ever wondered why healing after a breakup, a difficult marriage, or even abuse feels like you're on a roller coaster? One day you're up, the next day you're down. We're told healing is supposed to be a process, right? With clear stages, like the 5 stages of grief, and then there's a finish line. But the truth is, it's not that simple. And if you've ever been in an abusive or toxic relationship, you know that grief doesn't just start when it ends. It often begins while you're still in it. You're grieving the person you thought you married. You're grieving the person that you thought you were in love with. And you're grieving the future that you thought you had with this person. Hi, my name is Letitia Iona. I am a faith-based women's life coach, and I teach women how to thrive, not just survive, in the midst of life's challenges. So today I want to talk about healing, especially healing after the ending of a relationship, specifically a difficult relationship or even an abusive relationship. One thing we have to understand is that healing is not a straight line. It's not a neat 5-step process where you go from A to B and then you're all done. Healing looks more like a winding road. It's got bumps, it's got curves, it's got setbacks, but it also has moments of breakthrough. We often talk about the 5 stages of grief, but here's the truth. When you're in a difficult or abusive relationship, you're actually grieving all the time. You grieve the person you thought you met. You grieve the marriage you thought you were stepping into. You grieve the love, the safety, the sacrifice, the partnership that you imagined but never received. Instead of safety, there's danger. Instead of sacrifice, there's criticism and insults. Instead of unconditional love, there was love that was given, then it was taken away. Over and over and over again, leaving you on this emotional roller coaster. You thought you could be honest, that you could share your feelings without being insulted or made to feel guilty or told that your reality wasn't real. You thought you'd be able to grow together, but instead you found yourself constantly shrieking just to survive. And here's the thing, the grieving process doesn't start when the relationship ends. For many of us, the grieving began while you were in the relationship. Day after day, week after week, you're faced with the painful reality that what you hope for is not what is. Then when the relationship finally ends, especially if it's with a narcissist, the grief hits in a new way. Because there's no closure, right? There's no real conversation. Narcissists lack that kind of maturity. They want to blame you for everything. They do not take responsibility for anything. And so there's no mutual understanding. There's no coming to a place of peace. In a narcissistic relationship, most of the time they either discard you or breadcrumb you, giving you just enough to try and pull you back, but never enough for real change, real healing, or real restoration. So when you finally go no contact, the silence can be overwhelming. The grief feels so heavy. And here's the beauty. As time goes on, the rose-colored glasses come off. The noise and chaos stop, and for the first time, you can actually see the truth for what it really is. Healing, though, will still be a journey. There will be days that you miss the good times. There will be days that you can't believe you were ever in a toxic relationship like that. There will be days that you're grateful that it's finally over. And there will be days when the memories of what was said and done to you feels like the wind has been knocked right out of you. But then there will be days of freedom, days where your body feels lighter, your mind feels clearer, and your emotions don't feel like you're in a constant storm. Days when you realize, I survived. I lived through this and I'm still standing. And as you keep moving forward, there will come a point where you're not just surviving anymore. In fact, you are rewriting your story. You're creating a new atmosphere, a new environment, and a new way that protects your heart and honors who God created you, sis, to be. For me, part of my healing meant looking back at my own family patterns, at some of the things that I experienced when I was growing up, and seeing how they connected to the choices that I made in my marriage. That was hard. And that can be so overwhelming, but it can also be so freeing, because when you can connect the dots, you begin to break the cycles. I want to invite you to my 12-week course called Thriving in Purpose. And the goal of the class is to take you from surviving to thriving. And one of the things that we look at in the class is your pain, really dissecting it, writing it out, and embracing it. Embracing your pain and dealing with it is how you break the cycle. And in this 12-week course, women are facing their pain. If you are looking for a way to break the cycles in your life because you are tired of surviving and you want to thrive and live the life that God has called you to, I want to encourage you to book a call. You can go onto my website, LetitiaIonaStudios.com. The next class will be starting January 2020. So let me leave you with this. Healing is not a straight line. It has ups and downs, just like the toxic relationship you came out of. But this time, you're in control. There's no chaos and there's no crazy noise around you. There's more truth and more of God's love leading you step by step into wholeness. So how would you describe your healing right now? Do you think it's a straight line? Do you think there's a lot of highs and a lot of lows, like a roller coaster? I want you to put in the comment section below, what does your healing look like right now? If this video resonated with you, go ahead and smash that like button and make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe to my channel so that you do not miss a video. Videos are released every Monday. Until next time, bye.